Yo, what's up guys? I just woke up and we have this new update thingy going on. So with the new update we will get the balance patch, but we will also get the challenge mode. And the challenge mode is the main thing that I'm going to be looking into today for this video and just kind of giving my thoughts about it. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Is it going to be fun? Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it as well. But first of all, we have the 1v1 battle content with preset monster units. We will go over the monsters in a second, which I think are good, which are bad, which are maybe even better than expected, because I didn't give Contours that much credit for being able to rune up 40 units, but they don't look that bad from first looks. The thing is, first level of RNG is from a pool of 40 units, you will be provided 12 randomly at the start of the battle. That is a first level of RNG, which is really big, because it might be that you end up without any speed leads, without any speed contesters, and then get a bunch of CC units, and you're just going to insta-lose by the drafting that's done for you. Also, drafting out of 12 units, it's easier for most players, so it doesn't add too much choice in there, I guess, which maybe not be the worst thing, but let's see. So, yeah, after balance change, you will find the balance rules. Okay, yep, in challenge battle, all summoner skills are applied max levels, and okay, regardless of your progress. You have to be level 50 at least to go in, sure. So this is how it looks like. So these are the units that you're available to draft. If we're looking at this guy already, he actually has a pretty decent-ish cohesive draft, at least, because you do have 2 speed leads, you have 2 speed contested, 3 speed contested, 3 speed leads even. So yeah, at least that this is something of a somewhat cohesive draft. Thing is also that you have to keep in mind, you're gonna know your enemy's speed, which is definitely a really weird value, but if you learn all of the stats of all of the units by playing enough matches, you're gonna know, for example, like, oh, Sonia's always faster than Etna, or Etna's always faster than Sonia. I have no clue what it actually is, probably Etna faster than Sonia. So that's one of those things that you always know exactly what is a Sonia trap, what's another Sonia trap. You will always know if something is high on accuracy or high on resistance. You will always know these stats exactly, which is a little bit weird the moment. Yeah, that's just, I've seen it before on playing like new accounts. New accounts make use of the support units. And with those support units, you have the exact same thing. It's like, oh, he's using that and that. Like, well, let me just pick that because I know within this build, it is countered by X. So you have that going on. They actually reused the picture. I think this is the picture from SWC 2019. I'm very sure that this is the 2019 logo for Summoners War. So they just, you might be just like, oh, that art looks really dope. It's like, no, it's legit the reuse, because I have a really big Vanessa banner in my house, and it's this art style of Vanessa. So, and that was the 2019 banner. So they just simply reused the banner of 2019 SWC, but by all means, why not? The goal of the challenge battle is to win as many as possible in a single run. One run ends when you have 3 losers. And you can start a new run as long as you have attempt remaining. You can only do 10 challenge runs per day, and they reset on the reset timer of the server. Ranking will be determined by the high number of wins, can be viewed in the rankings. Okay, sure. So it's not like normal RTA where you have to get certain win rate or anything. It's just the most amount of wins that you can get consecutively. Not necessarily consecutively. You have 3 lives. If you get 3 lives, your winning streak is gone. That is really on the RNG of A, what units do you pull, but also B, against what player do you pull. Because I'm not sure if people that have like 8 wins in their win streak are going to be playing against other people that have 8 wins. Or is it going to be completely at random that you could queue into anything? And therefore, win trading might be a thing, because I'm not sure if this content is going to be very long lasting, or is it just going to be fun for the first 3-4 days, and then people are going to be like, ha zoop. Could be a thing, but let's continue moving on. So these are the units in the pool, or at least a bunch of them. I think there's a few more to see. We will go over all of the units in a second, because you can also check all of the stats in a different tab, which I have opened over here as well. It's kind of typical for them to see as like, oh, they just went full on meta. They didn't go anything creative. They just went full meta. 0 creative units in there. It's just everything that you do expect to see in meta, but maybe that's also the best way for newer players to learn the game and that kind of stuff. But yeah, they went full meta on everything, and that's about it, I would say. And they even took like a few metas ago, because we do not see, do we see a Shiho? We don't see a Shiho. We do not see, yeah, they even took like an older meta. They took like a meta of like 2 seasons ago. So I really wonder how many hours they took into making this list and putting all of these runes up, because I feel like that's a lot of development hours lost, but that's all me. List will be changed. Okay, so they will be changing a new list every month. That's kind of fun. At least you have some changes back and forth. So what do we have? So every first of the month, you have a switch over or for the rewards. So the highest amount of rewards that you can get, this is for the number of highest wins in a single round. Okay. So the main thing that you do want to get is 5 wins. That's, well, 5 wins with 3 losses. That's not that bad. That is fairly doable. That's like a 60-ish, little bit more % win rate. That is the main one that you want to go for every month. But I think it might be tilting for some people to get as well. Also, the real reward over here is sitting at 50 wins. So technically, you have 300 matches a month, more or less. Like some is 29, some is 31, because it's like how months work in this planet. But you have to do 50 wins. It is more than most people play RTA for, I guess. But yeah, 50 is fairly doable. Like the others, like the 30 crystals, 30 MS, that kind of stuff, they don't matter as much. Definitely 50 crystals is recommended. And trying to get 5 wins is also recommended. Those are the 2 good rewards that you want to aim for. And they're not bad rewards in the first place. But you have to keep in mind, you can only go in 10 times per day. I think it was written somewhere over here. Yep, you can only do 10 challenges per day. So that is definitely a thing where people might be, it's like, okay, I want to play a lot, and then, oh, so just 10 a day. So, but then again, 10 matches a day can still take you easily up an hour or something. So let's see. And yeah, that's pretty much all. And then we have some other changes, which really don't mean anything too much from what I've seen. Anything useful in here? Strategy info. This might be useful for people to copy teams. And then also see what kind of runes. Would be nice if you also see the thresholds of speeds that you need, but that would be definitely a step too far probably. And then blah, blah. Okay, so let's look at all of the units. So first of all, I do think they're decent to good runes. Some of them are kind of on weird builds. Like, for example, a Vanessa on Violent does not need to be this tanky. A Vanessa on Violent, you probably want to go more crit rate, crit damage, at least 100 crit rate, to actually get anywhere. Because otherwise, you might as well just been Swift. That is kind of one of those, like, yeah, sure, whatever. Juno sitting over here at this. Yeah, that's the weird thing they're doing with a lot of these stats. It's like they have good artifacts, like they have high, efficient artifacts, but their left artifact is often not matching the right artifact. Because the artifact on the Fire Oracle Juno, we got high additionals, accuracy, and recovery. It's like, it is a full-on quad roll, though. A really high efficient quad roll, even. But why would you not go full additionals? And why the hell do I need accuracy S2 on a Juno? Like, that's just... I've never seen anyone in my life run an accuracy S2 on a Juno. Moving on next, we have recovery S2 on a Fire Monkey. At least it's 100 crit rate. I have to give them credits for that. Okay, Fire Monkey is pretty solid stats throughout. Like, at least the stats make a lot of sense. But where's his crit damage is up? Where's his crit damage first? Why is that crit damage 2, not crit damage first? Like, are these just, like, that old mate that they didn't have crit damage 2 yet? Same for this one. We have... Wait, what the hell is even this? We have a Valajul with 34 crit rate and 22 crit damage as 2? Brother, why do you not give him the recovery as 2 then? What? And why are you insensitizing people to go additional damage by defense on your Valajul? Brother. Wait, why are you putting add damage speed on your freaking Marsha? Brother, what is this? Man, they're teaching people how to use the wrong artifacts. That's like, that. Maybe that's why people quit over artifacts. Even Comtuous doesn't understand the artifacts. Like, rune builds, they're not that bad. Like, I might see a few things that I'm, like, not really sure if that is a speed tune and stuff. But these artifacts are horrendous. This one also, where's the counter? Like, life drain and skill 2. Where's the counter? Where's the addition? Or, like, more attack from low HP kind of stuff. Okay. We have a Megumi that is it max accuracy? No, it's not max accuracy on the S3. Why are you going accuracy S2 and S1 when you need the S3 to strip? You're missing accuracy to strip on the Megumi. Okay, sure, whatever. Bolt on the runes are once again kind of fine. We have a Camilla. Camilla is actually on a more of a damage set. Interesting. I definitely would not go minus wind on a Camilla right there. That's a pretty solid Camilla, not gonna lie. We have a Chandra, okay. We have additional damage. We have accuracy 3. We have accuracy 1 minus wind. Okay, I guess he's just full on tank. Not the biggest fan. I like crit damage on it, but sure. On the Paladin, we do actually have crit damage. That's a lot of stats. Wow. 180 with 61 with 160 and still 27k HP. That's not a bad set, but why the hell is it add damage by HP, man? That is not something you rock on this unit, you add damage by HP, but sure, man. What do we have over here? We have the Art Master. Art Master is actually looking at pretty substantial stats. Yeah, that's a solid Art Master right there. Water Striker, Despair Will. The add damage is kind of all over the place. Accuracy in the S2. You should have either... No, this accuracy S2 is kind of bad. Like, you just go full add damage. Then we have the Omniuchi. Okay, kind of makes sense. 100 res, that part does make sense. Stats are a little bit squishy-ish, but 100 res added in there makes sense. Yeah, nope. What the hell are you putting frigging add damage by speed on the miles? Like, sure, you do a little bit more damage on your miles, but that's not what you want to go on the miles. Miles just wants to go more minus stats or speed lost HP, but that one is already removed from the game, but... Additional damage by speed on miles is definitely what I wouldn't really recommend. Minato is also minus wind. You wouldn't draft it into wind in the first place, man. That's just like that's just the main thing, man. Everything is so lazy. It's like, oh, we have a whole bunch of water units. Minus wind 22, 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 minus wind 22. Probably if we go to the next element, we have fire over here. Yep, minus fire 20. We have wind over here, minus fire 22. It's like, whatever we don't care, it's like just minus other element 22. It's just, yeah, that's, okay. It's not that creative. It's not that creative. Moving on, these, at least you have max accuracy, right? Does have max accuracy, that's at least good. Well, at least that these are, like, making sense. Water Twin Angels. Where are the add damage on the Twin Angels? Wait. Water Twin Angels recovery S3? Who the hell puts that shit over there? That's the worst Twin Angels I've seen in my life. This Twin Angel is gonna do absolutely no damage. Okay, at least Juno or this is... Oh, that's a really good one. Ciara's really good. Seiara, they actually put some effort to. Max accuracy on the S2. Perfected at 85. Bomb damage high, additionals high, minus fire. That's a really good Seiara. That's... Credits on the Seiara. Seiara does make a lot of sense. Also, this one, Wind Dragon. Where's the crit damage first? Where is the crit damage first? That is, none of these units are having crit damage first. Is this shit made like freaking ages ago where they didn't have crit damage first yet? That makes absolutely bonkers no sense. That's just one of those things. I have no clue where that comes from. Wind Hell Lady. Okay. Wait, what? Ah? That's Ethna. You're telling me you're gonna put accuracy S3 and accuracy S2 on an Ethna? What the hell is even that, brother? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, at least there's additional damage by attack on the Diana. That's actually good. That is actually understanding the stats. That is not too bad. Not a bad Diana in the first place, I would say. Slayer is accuracy minus fire. That makes sense. A little bit too much accuracy overstacking on the S3, but sure, I guess. We got Gyus in here. We got Gyus in the building. No crit rate Gyu though, so that's a lot less dangerous, so that's kind of fine. Oliver, what do they put on Oliver? Additional damage by speed. Is it a crit rate Oliver? No, it's not a crit rate Oliver. Also, your Oliver is already 85 AC. What the fuck is this 22 AC doing over here? Also, this Oliver is gonna be absolutely no damage, and he doesn't have that much minus fire stats as well. This is a really bad Oliver. This is a really, really bad Oliver right there. Maybe they wanted Oliver to be bad. I don't know. We got a Riley. Sure, kind of makes sense for the stats. Sonya, additional damage by speed. This is horrible, man. What kind of freaking fighter 3-player ruined up these shits? Like, holy... You just... Okay, at least the other artifacts are making up for it, that this is completely wasted. But at least the stats, 1.9k attack is kind of on edge. Most people I would recommend going to like 2k-ish, but 1.9 is fine. 217 is not that bad, but yeah, this whole line is completely wasted, in my opinion. At least the other lines are good and high efficient. Like, we at least have that part going. Then we have Pudding Princess, minus recovery, that kind of stuff. That's actually really solid 1 rune. We have the Devil Maiden Layla. That's some solid stats right there. And she at least doesn't overstack the accuracy. Wait, why does Layla have the best artifacts out of all of those units? Only weird thing is, why are there not multiple lines in the HP? Because she has that much HP, that additional damage by HP is probably a higher value than the damage by speed. Which is kind of the awkward thing, and once again, making sure that people don't really fully understand what the hell's going on, but sure. Laura, high accuracy. I would rather just go more add stats than the accuracy 3, to be honest. Even if you don't fix out your accuracy to be max, but sure. At least you have something that makes sense, right? Why the hell is your freaking Yan Hong on 60 accuracy S2? You're gonna miss on the 60 accuracy S2 because of activation rate. Hell no that I would ever put accuracy S2 on that, because that's just a wasted stat, man. Like, that's just hella wasted. You just make sure that you're hitting units that are low on the resistance, and then you don't need that much accuracy on that unit at all, because the activation rate's just ass in the first place, so, okay? Wait, are they also doing the lazy thing that if there's a light unit, they just do minus dark? It's just like that, but it's the counter element, eh? It's like, yeah. Also, is this Puppeteer not just hella underspeeding a few things? I guess. What do we have on the Zeratul? Zeratul has additional damage by attack, and crit damage is 1. I would recommend to do one of the other, but not both. That's just me. Also, with this high HP, I would go additional damage by HP. With this speed, I would probably not go that much additional damage by speed. But remove this hill, crit damage 1 for just additional damage by HP. It would do a lot more. Gianna. Okay, Gianna 290. That's actually fast. Accuracy 3, bomb damage. Gianna's not really a bomb. No, the Gianna bomb damage is kind of ass. Like, on a 681 extra attack, going bomb damage kind of bad. Might have as well just went more additionals. It is high efficient artifacts though, but I would have went more additionals rather than the bomb damage for sure by a really long shot. What do you have on the Panda? Is the Panda 100 crits? No. No, Panda's not a crit Panda, okay. Also, accuracy has 1. Yeah, that's definitely not what I would rock on the Panda. Dokubi Lords. High. What the? Who the hell puts additional damage by HP on that Dokubi Lord? But he has high HP, say. Does he have a multi-hit? God damn it. No, I would definitely go more minus stats on this. But sure, I guess. Good amount of HP. It's very efficient, though. Like, there's very little stats wasted in the HP or in the attack. Very, like, I would say a lot for the rune builds. Rune builds are good. Artifacts build are like, cuckoo. Like, that's the main thing that I've been seeing so far. Fire Lich is minus 22 in water. That's horrible, man. That's hella horrible. At least it's maxing out on crit rate. At least they're maxing out crit rate on a lot of units, which is supposed to be maxing crit rate. The Raguni is actually looking decent. That's actually, like, this is the kind of minus stats that you would like to see on a lot of these supports, rather than the weird shit. It's like, let's put that damage to him. This Misty is also, that's a solid Misty. It's a little bit low on the attack though, but it's scaling high of these two stats over here. So that's not a bad Misty. Asher 228, that's faster than some people's sets. Also, Asher on recovery is 2. Just put more add damage, brother. Just put more add damage. Well, yeah, those are the reviews of all of the units. There are a few units that are going to be pretty substantial, pretty good. But it's also, if you have a Sierra without a Gianna or Gianna without Sierra, if you have Gianna without follow-up, if you have a whole bunch of Bruiser units but you have no speed leads, I can see a whole bunch of things going wrong, but this is my first idea of the unit. I think it's going to be layers of RNG on RNG on RNG. Is it going to be a fun mode for people that normally cannot play with these units at the highest rank? Maybe so, maybe so. But it's definitely also depending on, like, yo, which units do you get? And right now, just looking at the stats, it kind of, I feel like a few units seem to be stronger than others. I think that Gianna 290 is one of the stronger units. But I might be making, like, a tier list at some point when I played around with a bunch of these units to help you guys out of, or maybe just do a guide of how to draft on this to get your points in fast. Because I would say in the end, the rewards of like 50 wins over here and 5 wins over there consecutive are decent rewards that you probably do want to play for. So We will see that in the next video, guys. Let me know in the comments if you're interested about this content or not. I probably will go live the moment you do see this video as well, and just try out this content and try it out on stream. But see you as always in the next one, and try to find me live. Link in the description down below as well. See you in the next one. In the Discord and check out the content tab for the guide video archive, which contains all of the guides that you might need. Hope to see you there.